Hello friends, welcome to our channel Creating Essence. I'm Megan.
I'm Josh.
Thank you so much for stopping by today. We are very serious. Today we are going to share with you a recap of our 2018 goals, which if you'd like to see the original video, I will put it in the info box below. We're going to go over how we feel like we did with those and then update you with our 5 goals for 2019. These goals are mostly pertaining to our home, property, homestead in general. Number 1 was to get chickens. Success. Total success.
Got chickens.
We got chickens. It was funny because I laughed when I saw that I said I wanted 12 barred rocks. And we got 20 black sex link. It's like chicken math. Our very first chicken thing just almost doubled.
We get eggs.
We get eggs. They're very, very low maintenance and they have great personalities. So I was a little bit scared because they are half Rhode Island red. And my experience with reds in the past is that they are very aggressive. And I did not want that around my kids, but our chickens were great.
They seem like chickens. They're my only experience.
Our second goal for 2018 was to go full on back to Eden method in all of the garden spaces. We started out just mulching with wood chips, tilling and planting as usual, and then mulching with wood chips so that we could start that, the layering of the heavy compost and wood chip layers together. And last year was going to be our first year that was 100% back to Eden style, and we did it. It was a success. It was a great garden, and I was pleased.
I'm not entirely sure what back to Eden really is.
You were pleased.
But you were
pleased.
I was really pleased with it. And I know I need wood chips, so I get wood chips.
He does a great job finding wood chips for me. Number 3 was to add more fruit. We absolutely did that. We doubled our strawberries. We put in 2 entire raised beds that were 50 plants each of strawberries. I will put a link to that video where we made our raised beds and planted the strawberries down below. We totally did that. We added some more raspberries. We added some more blueberries. Oh, and we added elderberries. Elderberries. Number 4 was to preserve more. We did not preserve as much as I would like, but we definitely did more.
I think we realized after the fact that we didn't preserve the things that we wanted to preserve for one reason or another.
I got really, really focused on like, okay, this year we're gonna freeze beans because we haven't really frozen many beans in the past. And I said, okay, we've got tons of jalapenos, let's can some. And I just was really working on those things, and I took for granted our herbs, which last year I dehydrated so many pint jars packed with dried herbs of all kinds, and they have been amazing. We only just ran out, so it was almost 2 years worth, which was good because this past year I completely spaced on drying herbs. Absolutely spaced, and it's been kind of frustrating to have to go to the store for herbs again. We did preserve more in some areas, and then we dropped the ball in other areas.
I appreciate that she says we, because it includes me, but everything she says could be an I statement, and it would be completely true.
He supports me. He supports me in lots of ways, mentally, emotionally, financially. Our last goal for last year was to give more. I talked about in my goals for 2018 how my health had been a reason that I had just let food rot and go to waste, and when it was about to get to that point, I would try frantically to give it away to someone. This year, I was genuinely able to just know we had what we needed at that time, and then send a text to a friend and say, hey, I have a surplus of basil or tomatoes or jalapenos or all sorts of things. Like, is this something you could use? And every single time I was able to give like grocery bags of fresh produce away to people, and it wasn't like borderline going bad, and it wasn't out of desperation. It was, we have a lot, I don't necessarily have time to preserve it this week, I'm gonna give it to someone. So I'd call number 5 a thumbs up too. And now for our goals for 2019. Number 1 is finish all of our fruit beds, and trellis our raspberries. We have one small raspberry bed. We want to put in a second. I've talked about it here and there. I've mentioned it a couple times, but we would really like to get that second raspberry bed put in and put in some pretty aesthetically pleasing trellis systems in both beds. We also want to completely finish the blueberry bed. The blueberry bed itself is already finished, but we do need to now acquire the blueberries and plant them. Our second goal is to expand the garden. And by garden, I kind of mean in general growing space. Number one, we want to expand the earth garden out there. Our main garden, we want to make it bigger. We kind of have our garden in the only place that gets good sunshine and is reasonably flat. So we just have to grow out from there where we can. We also want to put in a couple more raised beds. We would like to put in another strawberry raised bed because we'll just say the cats turned one of them into their personal vole hunting ground, and over this winter have really dug up almost the entire thing. And I highly doubt it will be productive at all.
Yeah, we won't be able to reclaim it.
So that may just...
We could always try to reason with the cats.
Reason with the cats. Rosie, stop the digging. I don't have high hopes for that, but a little ways over in the yard, the voles don't have as many tunnels there, and so far they haven't touched all the other strawberry beds, so I think we're just gonna try to scooch over another spot, put another strawberry bed, and I would like to do another raised bed beside those of carrots. We use so many carrots. So many carrots. I mean, the guinea pigs alone eat 4 carrots a day. And then there's the family of 7 humans. I have never successfully been able to grow carrots in our earth garden. Our soil has just been too packed, and it is a mix of red clay and sand. I just have never been able to really do a good job with carrots to make it be worth the space in the garden. Even now that we've started the Back to Eden method for a couple of years, the topsoil isn't quite deep enough that a carrot can really get hardy and strong. So I would like to try doing our raised beds in the same Back to Eden style layering, but it's gonna start as good topsoil that we can plant into and then just continue from there. And we have a spot out front that I kind of semi-affectionately call Junk Island. We found pretty quickly after moving here that the previous owners who built the house kind of planted trees in odd places, like the beautiful ornamental cherry tree right outside this window that after 30 years started ripping up our foundation and our roof on this side of the house. And it seems she had some decorative things out front that died because we started, as we were mowing the first year, finding stumps that would, you know, say break mower blades that had decorative grasses planted around them. There's one particular large spout out front that we want to completely remove all the regrowth from the stumps and the decorative grasses and turn it into a medicinal flower and herb sort of bed. Things like valerian and lemon balm, and then flowers like St. John's wort and bergamot and things of that nature. So it's a really beautiful space, but it also has great function. Our third goal kind of ties in with our plans for Junk Island, and that is
bees.
Or getting bees.
Plan to get bees.
Plan to get bees. It's a goal.
Purposeful bees.
Honey bees. I would like to get 1 to 2 hives and actually set them up on that side of the property so it's near the woods. They have a little protection, but they're also right near all that excellent pollen creating space, and that's towards the front of the house near the road, not right on the road, but it's close enough that we don't allow our kids to play there, so we wouldn't have to worry about, you know, the bee highway coming in and out, interfering with kids who are playing and are going to freak out and potentially kill bees.
So if the bees get their pollen from the St. John's wort, would it be like anti-anxiety honey?
Antidepressant honey. Sounds amazing. That is going to be a really exciting thing this spring, is getting our bees set up there. Number 4, We want to clean out and create more dedicated pantry space. Our house doesn't have a pantry, and it doesn't have a plethora of cupboards either. There are a couple of spaces, like in our laundry room, there are a couple of shelves under the stairs, that sort of thing. But unfortunately, when the previous owners left, they also left stuff. The space under the stairs is packed with paint cans from when they repainted the house to sell it, and floor tiles that they put in and things of that nature. So we could clean it out. It's just those things have to be specially disposed of. So that's going to be a focused effort to get those things cleaned out and have that pantry space, like a true pantry for the canned things. Number 5 goal for 2019 is to remove and or replace our porches. If you've been around here long, you've probably noticed we have a couple of porches that are eyesores.
They're really good for splinters.
Yeah, rotting terribly. And we knew when we bought the house that probably in about 5 years we would need to replace the porches. It's just kind of gotten to the point where we have the side porch that's outside our bedroom that will be a really easy replacement. Our back porches, there's an upper level and a lower level, and both of them need to be either replaced or removed. It's work we can do ourselves pretty confidently, and he has luckily some handy friends that we can have over for, you know, pizza and wings and fixing a porch. Because the wood is all treated and heavily treated from years of staining and rotted to boot, it can't really be reused. Yeah, we can't repurpose it like a lot of the things we have repurposed the things the previous owner has left behind. So our plan is to rent a dumpster strategically for the week or whatever that we're replacing the porches, so that we can get rid of that wood. If you have any ideas for better use, let us know in the comments below. We love, love, love repurposing things, and it kind of makes me cringe to get a dumpster. But
well, we need a dumpster regardless.
With huge amounts of heavily treated wood that is rotted and the like old building supplies that are not able to be used, that are, you know, tucked in the crawl spaces and the space under the stairs, renting a dumpster and doing a big clean out and rebuild of the porches is kind of necessary because of how the property was left. The kind of things that, like you mentioned on closing day, when you sign the papers you want gone, and they say, oh yeah, I'll send my son over now. And then you move in a week later and it's not done. Like, well, you signed the papers and took possession of the house. So because I'm a sucker for punishment, or we just have big goals. Maybe it's because we have big goals. Big dreams.
Yeah.
Big dreams.
Big goals, and I cannot lie.
I like big goals and I cannot lie. 2 bonus goals. Build a new shed. I've mentioned it a few times in our videos, probably for a year now. We need to build a new shed. The shed that is here was dilapidated. Oh, and coincidentally had a lot of junk in it when we moved here. And it just needs to be replaced. There's really no redeeming it. There is some pieces of the shed will be able to be repurposed, and that will be wonderful, but a lot of it is rotted and yuck. So we will be keeping and repurposing what we can, the rest in the dumpster. If we do it while we have the dumpster, but we probably won't, because this is like, it would be super awesome if we did this. And we'd like to build a new shed in the farthest back corner of our property because we don't really use that much. The kids don't play back there, and it just would be a great way to utilize the space to a bigger shed and things that we can use multiple different ways. Second bonus goal, because we would tear down this shed, we would like to build a greenhouse in the space where the shed currently exists. Just something simple, like a simple wood frame with the thick plastic sheeting down the sides that can be rolled up in the summer so air blows through and rolled down on the sides and ends to to be closed up in the winter so we can start seeds, extend our growing season. I'm okay with these last 2 bonus goals not happening until 2020, but if they happened this next fall or something, that would be awesome.
Indeed.
And that's it. Tell us what your goals are for 2019. If you garden, homestead, whatever it is that you do, tell us your goals. We would love to hear them.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for sticking around today, friends. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you found it useful, share it. Someone else might too. And subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Bye, friends.
Ta-ta.